Hello students, today we see the topic about the Indian desert, the coastal plains and islands. Book page number 90. The Indian desert. First, what is desert? A desert is a region of land that is very dry because it receives low amount of precipitation, often has a little coverage by plants, and in which streams dry up unless they are supplied by water from the outside the area. A desert is a barren area of the landscape where little precipitation occurs and continuously living conditions are hosted for the plant and animal life. See book page number 90, the Indian desert. The Thar Desert, also known as the Great Indian Desert, is a large arid region in the northwestern part of the Indian subcontinent that covers an area of 2 lakh kilometers square and forms a natural boundary between India and Pakistan. It is the world's 7th largest desert and world's 9th largest subtropical desert located in western part of the India. Explanation. Thar Desert is known as the Indian Desert. It is situated at the northwest area of India. It is the world's 7th largest desert. Major portion of the desert is situated in India, while 20% covered in Pakistan. It covers 2 lakh kilometer square areas and formed natural boundaries between India and Pakistan. The desert is mainly dried with high winds causing the fast sand movements. The desert lies in the western part of the Aravalli ranges and covers two-thirds of Rajasthan state. There are two major divisions in the Thar Desert. They are known as the actual desert regions and the semi-desert regions. Many different types of sand dunes and salt lakes are seen here. Explanation. The Indian desert extends toward the western edge of the Aravalli regions. It covers two-thirds of the Rajasthan state. This region receives very low rainfall below the 150 millimeters per year. There are two major divisions in the Thar Desert. The desert comprises a very dry part. The Mahastali region is the west. It is called the actual desert region. It has many types of sand dunes and salt lake are there. Second one is semi-desert region in the east. It's fewer sand dunes and slightly more precipitation. Next page number 91, the coastal plains. What is coastal plains? Coastal plains is a plain that borders the coast of sea and extends from the sea to the nearest elevation land. It is formed by the deposition of solid matter by rivers or denudation by the sea or by the emerge of part from the former continental shelf due to the relative fall in the level of the water. See book page number 91, the coastal plains. The peninsular plateau of India is flanked by narrow coastal plains of varied width from north to south, known as the western coastal plains and the eastern coastal plains. They were formed by the depositional action of the rivers and the erosional and depositional actions of the sea waves. The Indian coastal plains are divided into following two divisions: the western coastal plains and the eastern coastal plains. Explanation. The coastal plains of India are located along the Arabian Sea coast in the west and along the Bay of Bengal coast in the east. According to they are located to the east or west of the peninsula, they are called East Coastal Plain and West Coastal Plain. Next, the Western Coastal Plain. It lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. It extends from Ran of Kutch in the north to Kanyakumari in the south, and it varies from 10 to 80 kilometers. It is mainly characterized by sandy beaches, coastal sand dunes, mud flats, lagoons, estuaries, lateral platform, and residual hills. Explanation. Western coastal plains lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. It is narrow plain. It mainly characterized by sandy beaches, coastal sand dunes, and mudflats. Lagoons. Lagoons means an area of a seawater separated from the sea by a reef. Estuaries. Estuary means the width part of the river at the place where it's joining the sea. And lateral platforms. It means a type of reddish clay soil containing iron and aluminium. It's mostly found in the tropical area. See the book. The northern part of the western coastal plain is known as a Congon plain. The middle part of this plain is known as Karana. The western part of the plain is known as Malabar Coast, which is about 550 km long and 20 to 100 km width. This part of this coast is characterized by sand dunes along the coast. There are numerous shallows, lagoons and backwaters called Kayals, and there is Wambad is a famous backwater lake found in this region. Explanation. It consists of the three sections of the sections. It consists of the three sections. The northern part of the coast is called Congon Coast. Started from the Gulf of Cambod and stretched up to the Goa. It is very rocky and uneven. The second stretches or the central stretch is called the Karana or called Karavali. The south part is called Malabar. It is called also known as Kerala coast. It lies between Mangalore and Kanyakumari. It is wider in length as compared to the Congon coast. Page number 91. The eastern coastal plain. It is lies between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal and stretched along the states of West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. These plains are formed by the alluvial filling of the lateral zone by the east flowing rivers of India. Explanation. East coastal plain is a wide stretch of landmass of India lying between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal. It is wider and leveled than the western coastal plains and stretched from Tamil Nadu in the south to West Bengal in the north through the Andhra Pradesh and Orissa. These plains are formed by the alluvial filling of the littoral zone by the east flowing rivers of India. See the book. The coastal plains consist mainly of the recent alluvial deposit. This coastal plains has a regular short line with well-defined beaches. The coastal plains between the Mahanadi and the Krishna river is known as the Northern Sargar, and the southern part lies between the Krishna and Kaveri rivers is called the Coromandel coast. The Marina beach on this coast is Chennai, and it is the second longest beach in the world. Along the backwater lakes of the coast, Lake Shilika is the largest lake in India located at the southwest of the Mahanadi deltas. The Koluru lake, in which lies between the deltas of Godavari and Krishna, and the Pulikat lake lies in the border of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, are the well-known lakes in the east coastal plains. The highest peak in the east coastal plains is Mahendragiri. The east coastal plains are divided into Northern Sarkar and Coromandel coast. The coastal plains between the Mahanadi and Krishna river is known as the Northern Sarkar, and the southern part of lies between the Krishna and Kaveri rivers is called the Coromandel coast. Then Marina Beach is the second longest beach in the world. It is also situated in the east coastal plains. And Silika Lake is the India's largest lake. It is located in the eastern coastal plains, and Koluru lakes, Pulikat lakes also located here. The highest peak of eastern coast in Mahendra. Next, page number 91, the islands. What is meant by islands? An island is a piece of ground that is surrounded by a body of water such as a lake, river or sea. Water is all surrounded an island. Islands are smaller than continent. Island may be classified as either continental or oceanic islands. See page number 91. The islands. India has two major island groups, namely Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep. The former group consists of 572 islands and are located in Bay of Bengal, and the lateral one has 27 islands are located in Arabian Sea. The islands of Andaman and Nicobar are largely tectonic and volcanic origins. India's only active volcano is found on Barin Island in Andaman Nicobar groups of islands, while the islands of the Arabian Sea are mainly coral origin. Explanation. India has two main islands group, namely Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar Islands. Andaman Nicobar consists of 527 island groups and are located in the Bay of Bengal, and the Lakshadweep has 27 islands and are located in Arabian Sea. Andaman Nicobar are largely tectonic and volcanic regions, and Lakshadweep are mainly the coral region. Page number 91. Andaman and Nicobar Islands. These islands are located in the elevated portion of the submarine mountains. Since these islands lies close to the equator, the climate remains hot and wet throughout the year and has dense forest. The area of the islands groups about 8,249 square kilometers. The entire group of islands is divided into two. They are Andaman in the north and the Nicobar in the south. These islands groups are a great strategic importance for the country. Port Blair is the administrative capital of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The 10-degree channel separates Andaman from Nicobar groups. The southernmost tip of the Indra Point is a part of the Nicobar Island. Explanation. Andaman Nicobars are bigger in size and more numerous and stretches. The entire group of islands is divided into two broad categories, the Andaman in the north and the Nicobar in the south. It is believed that these islands are an elevated portion of the submarine mountains. These islands groups are a great strategic importance for the country. There is a great diversity of flora and fauna in this group of islands too. The islands lies close to the equator and experience equatorial climate and have thick forest cover. Port Blair is the administrative capital of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The southernmost tip of the Indra Point is a part of Andaman Islands. Next one, page number 92, Lakshadweep Islands. This is a small group of coral islands located off the west coast of India. It covers an area of 32 square kilometers. Karavati is its administrative capital. Lakshadweep Islands are separate from the Maldives Islands by the 8-degree channels. The uninhabited pit island of this group has a bird sanctuary. Either it had three divisions, namely Lakshadweep, Minikai and Anmidivi. It was named as Lakshadweep in 1973. Explanation. This group of islands is composed by the small coral islands. It covers a small area of 32 km square. Karavati Island is the administrative headquarters of the Lakshadweep. This island group has a greater diversity of flora and fauna. The Pith Island, which is uninhabited, has a bird sanctuaries. Earlier they were known as the Lakshadweep, Minikai and Administrative. In 1973 they were named as Lakshadweep. Page number 92, Offshore Islands. Besides the two group of islands, India has a number of islands along the western coast, eastern coast in the delta region of Ganga and the Gulf of Mannar. Many of these islands are uninhabited and are administered by adjunct states. Explanation. India has a total of 1,382 offshore islands, out of which officials have initiated proposed 26 which could be considered for holistic development. A PMO states said the 26 islands are located along the different part of India's coastal line, including some of the Andaman and Lakshadweep, it added. I summarize the topic. First one, desert. Desert are the area where there is a lot of sand. In the deserted areas, there is a lack of water. It is normally hard. In India, the Thar Desert is located at the northwest part of the India. The desert is mainly dry with high winds causing the fast sand movement. Next one, coastal plain. Coastal plains is a plain that bordered the coast of sea and extend from the sea to the nearest elevated land. The coastal plains of India are located along the Arabian Sea coast in the west and along the Bay of Bengal coast in the east. So the Indian coastal plains are divided into two, the western coastal plains and the eastern coastal plains. Next one, islands. An island is a piece of land that is surrounded by a body of water such as lake, river or sea. Water is all around an island. Islands are smaller than continent. India has two main islands group, namely Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar. Andaman Nicobar is located in Bay of Bengal and Lakshadweep is located in Arabian Sea. Students, I hope you understood the topic. Click the below link and do the assignment. Thank you.